I think that life is filled with disappointments. Little ones, big ones, all we can do is learn from them. I was born in Philadelphia, but a couple months after I was born, my family moved to Fresno, California. It was, a pretty difficult environment for me to grow up in. Living out there, I experienced a lot of bullying, and I think a lot of those experiences end up kind of come into my work. The first kind of experience that I had of drawing was when I was about maybe 3 or 4. I was on a family trip. My mom kind of showed me how to draw Mickey Mouse. Worked on it, the entire time, and just kind of got hooked. Well, it was great. Well, I was lucky in the sense that I had a family that, was very supportive of that. One summer, I enrolled in a beginning watercolor class. My family didn't, or I really realized was that it was kind of like a college level beginning watercolor class. The level in which people were drawing and painting was so much more elevated. And I did, my best to persevere through it. And as a result, just kind of left it just feeling horribly discouraged. So I basically, stopped drawing for several years after that. I think I had these fantasies at the time of being, something like an architect or a comic book artist or something like that. Something like a studio artist was just outside of the realm of possibility to me. I just never even really considered be a painter. Even if you go to school, even if you play, do everything that, is right on paper, about to be a working artist, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be one. And when I was first starting, especially working around with the formula that I work with, which is this cute character and in combination with these, dark, human kind of narratives, I just wasn't sure whether or not I had a lifetime's worth of ideas to, play with. I figured that what I would do was pursue a career in illustration. Before I graduated from college, I had several professors pull me aside and say, Luke, you're a much better illustrator than you are a designer. I figured, okay, illustration, Los Angeles. There's a huge publishing world out here. Let's look into it. But the thing is that I had no idea how to get an illustration career off the ground. But fortunately, I had some friends who introduced me to this LA underground art show, showing with them and really kind of helped me find my voice. All these different pieces just kind of fell into place. I am working on an animation project with Monkey King and this other guy, Stu Gamble. But I think one of my big goals, which I'm happily taking one of the first steps to this spring, is I will be doing a show in Shanghai. It's not an art show, it's more of a combination of a toy thing and a painting thing. If there's something that you find visually stimulating, pursue it, learn from it. I would highly recommend that all young people do is study art history. We need to understand what has come before. But when it comes to finding a voice, it's important to create the kind of art that you're excited to see. Rather than following trends or whatever, think about what kind of work, you really get excited about, and do your best to create it. Hi, I'm Luke Chueh, and I am a Los Angeles-based artist and designer.